All right, it's 6:45. I'm going to call the joint meeting to order and we'll start with the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag. And we haven't done it in a while, but there's a reason I'm going to do this. We'll do introductions from my far right. Mr. Mace, go ahead.
John Mace, Board of Finance.
David Mykowski, Board of Finance.
Finance.
Sue Tyler, City Council.
Mark Dickow, City Council, District 3.
Jacqueline Olson, City Council, District 2.
Sebastian Paniotto, City Council, District 1.
Jeff Caggiano, Mayor.
Cheryl Tebow, City Council, District 3.
Eric Rosengren, City Council, District 1.
John Lodovico, Board of Finance.
Very good. And online, we have Bill Campion and Mike Mazzarelli, correct? Am I missing any other finance?
Mike Mazzarelli.
And Bill. I wanted to do this for both meetings. So unfortunately, today is the last joint meeting for Sebastian Paniotto. We'll do this in council too, but I know we have an audience now too. So Sebastian, just want to thank you for all your work and serving very well for the last 4 years. And we'll say a little bit more at City Council, but thank you for your service. All righty. Number 2 on the agenda is the approval of the meeting minutes from September 9th, 2025.
Move approval.
Second.
Any comments, questions, additions, or changes? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. The consent agenda is A through E. Does anybody wish to withdraw anything from the consent agenda? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the entire consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Number 4 from the Fire Department, new ladder 2. So we need a motion to transfer $91,955 within the Equipment Building Sinking Fund and an additional appropriation of $91,955 within the Capital Projects Fund. And I will ask the chief to come up here to clarify some stuff for us.
Second.
Great. And just in overall, and Dave, you might want to talk to this as well. So this was approved through the Board of Finance, but I will say, and I'm pretty sure I'm right about this, that there was a little bit of information that changed and new information that came in between the Board of Finance meeting and here. So you might as well give everybody that update, Chief.
Yes, sir. First of all, I'd like to thank Sebastian for his staunch support of the fire department throughout his years on the council. Could always count on him to support us 100%, and I thank you for that. So I think I prematurely fell on the sword last month at the Board of Finance meeting when I was talking about the radios for the new ladder. First of all, this is a new ladder that's coming in, and it's a new vehicle. Usually when we get a new vehicle, we're replacing one. So we take the radio out of that vehicle that we're retiring, put that in the new vehicle. This is a totally brand new piece of apparatus, so we have to purchase new ladders. I do have a budget report dated February 13th of 2025, and under the capital outlay was in there to purchase new mobile and 5 portable radios for the new ladder truck. And we did put a notation in there that we could use the F truck account to purchase those radios. So that was the information. I knew there was something in the back of my mind that was bothering me, and I went and dug further and found that information. So we did make plans to purchase that with an existing account, so there wouldn't be any additional appropriations or increase in our budget as a result. But that was cut out just, so we could come in at a lower.
And do you have it in front of you? I'm going to put you on the spot, the amount of the radios, just so the rest is change orders that are actual change orders that we talked about, but I just want to make sure everybody's.
When time in February, the total was $48,415. The latest quote we had was just a little north of 52,000.
Okay.
Which
So
and that's
you underestimated by about 4,000 for the radios, but that reduces the change order in half, which is, I think, nice for us to know on the Board of Finance because there was some discussion about that. For the rest of you, this is what it is. Anybody have any questions for the chief while he's here? All right, I'll move a vote then. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
All right, in the absence of objection, this is number 5, I'm going to move to adopt in a single motion the resolutions presented under items 5A through 5N of the agenda of this meeting, making appropriations and authorizing borrowings for the following capital projects: Bristol Eastern High School target alterations, Bristol Central target alterations, Bristol Central High School roof and mechanicals, Rockwell Park revitalization, the Animal Control Facility, Andrew Street Culvert, and the Broad Street retaining wall. The reading of said resolutions into the minutes to be waived, and the full text of the resolutions as presented at this meeting to be incorporated into and made part of the minutes of this meeting. I do need a motion.
So
Moved.
Second. Did I have a second?
Second.
There we go. And this is a resolution, so Erica will read the call. By the way, any comments, questions before we do the resolution?
Yes, Mayor, we need to pull K and L to amend from Andrew to Andrews.
Oh, okay. So let's pull, so can I have a motion to pull K and L from
So
the,
moved.
Second.
Second.
there's our objection. So we got a first and second from Rosengren, and Tebow was the first. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. So the motion on the floor is A through J as written here, and M and N as written here. Any other comments? All those in, no, go ahead and do a resolution roll call, sorry, yep. Good catch.
Councilmember Dicko,
Yay.
Councilmember Olson,
Aye.
Councilmember Paniotto,
Aye.
Councilmember Rosengren,
Aye.
Councilmember Tebow,
Yes.
Councilmember Tyler,
Aye.
Commissioner Campion,
Yes.
Commissioner Lodovico,
Yes.
Commissioner Mace,
Aye.
Commissioner Mykowski,
Yes.
Commissioner Mazzarelli,
Yes.
Commissioner Murdoch is absent, Commissioner O'Brien, yes, and Mayor.
Yes. That motion carries. I will now entertain a motion to approve, and I'm going to read the following resolutions correctly because they weren't on here correctly. So I'll move that we adopt a resolution appropriating $929,750 for replacement of the Andrew Street culvert, and a resolution authorizing the issuance of bonds or notes in the amount of $464,875 for replacement of the Andrews Street culvert.
Move approval.
Second.
Comments or questions here? All those in favor?
No.
Aye.
Aye.
Roll call,
Resolution.
resolution, yes, sorry.
Yes, we have to do
Tyler,
that.
try to move.
Let's start with the commissioners. Commissioner Campion,
Up you on mute. Bill, can you do that again?
Yes.
There we go, thank you.
Commissioner Lodovico,
Yes.
Commissioner Mace,
Aye.
Commissioner Mykowski,
you're the last.
Commissioner Mazzarelli,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Brien,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes.
Okay, Councilmember Dicko,
Aye.
Councilmember Olson,
Aye.
Councilmember Paniotto,
Aye.
Councilmember Rosengren,
Aye.
Councilmember Tebow,
Yes.
Councilmember Tyler.
Aye.
Motion carries. Excellent. So that's all that we have on our resolutions and motions. Monthly report. Diane, we're ready for you.
Good evening, everyone. Not much really to report, other than when I get to the end of my report, I'll talk about the note issue and update you on a couple of things there. But as far as revenues and the expenditures, I mean, right now, we're doing really well in motor vehicle sup. I mean, that is something that we've talked about the last couple of months, that will be billed again in January. So it was billed in July and again in January. So we've actually collected 1.3 million in July. That normally we wouldn't get that until January and February. So it's good to have that cash in the bank now earning interest for us. Conveyance taxes actually are quite a bit ahead of last year. We're at 411,000 compared to 295. And building permit fees are pretty much in line with last year. And through August, investment earnings are at $510,000 or 22% of the budget. And again, remind everybody that we did increase that budget quite a bit this year to reflect the investment income that was coming in. On the expenditure side, not much to report on the city side. It's only 3 months into the year. And right now, we are very diligently and working on closing and having the audit. They'll be in here in a couple of weeks. So we're finalizing everything on our end, on the Board of Ed end, and hopefully we'll stay on target to have the audit draft by December 1st. I did report last couple of months that we did have to do a note issue. We have $35 million in short-term bond anticipation notes that are due November 6th. The final number ended up being $80,875,000, and I gave you the schedule there of what we will be issuing. Again, the majority of that is for Northeast Middle School, Page Park revitalization, Green Hill School, finishing that up for the HVAC plan, and the fire station are the few largest ones that we're financing. The plan will be, when those notes mature next November, we will probably look at permanently financing probably half of that, if not a little bit more, and then renewing bands for the balance. I anticipate next year that number will be around $100 million that we'll have to issue between notes and short-term borrowing. There are a lot of projects going on right now. With that, the mayor, Justin Malley, Tom Denote, myself, we met with the rating agencies a week ago last Thursday. We met with Standard S&P and with Fitch Ratings. S&P is going to committee tomorrow, so I don't have that rating yet, but as soon as it comes out, I will send an email out to let everybody know what we get for the notes for that. But with respect to Fitch, I did get the report today, and they did affirm our AA+ rating on all of our bonds. The report should be out. The press release that they issued is out, but they do a more extensive report that I'll make available on the website. Once that comes in, it should probably be in within the next day or two. With regard to the notes, so they rate the notes a little bit differently. We're an F1 rating for that, which is the highest rating for notes. So thought that was very positive there. And just to read just a couple of notes from the press release, some of our strengths are we have a AAA financial resilience assessment. They rate that based on the expectation that our unrestricted fund balance will at least be equal to or greater than 10%. So that is probably our strongest factor. Our long-term liability metrics are also very good, very strong, and a lot of that has to do with our low liability with our pension fund, and also our debt ratios are also below the average or the median for the rating agencies. What offset those strengths are our demographics and our economic metrics. Mostly population trends are lower than what they've seen for other communities our size. So that was a factor against some of the other strengths we had, as well as demographics with economic levels that include unemployment, educational attainment, and median household income. So when they look at everything in whole. While we have very good financial strength, they also look at the economy surrounding the community as well. But AA+ is great. It's a phenomenal rating, and so that I would report on that tonight. So any questions?
I don't know if we have any questions. I do have one comment too. So congratulations to you and your team who have kept us on this path, and maybe the Board of Finance as well. Many of you have been around longer than us on the council. But what this really does affirm is that there's been excellent fiscal management and control on the city side for a long term, and that has not changed over time. And the things that are a little bit more out of our control, like demographics, are the only potential weaknesses here. But I do think it's important for you to talk a little bit about the fact that Fitch has changed its rating scale and not necessarily come back, and this reaffirms that we have very strong fiscal ratings, correct?
A year ago, Fitch did change their rating criteria for all of their local governments. And as part of changing that criteria, the city's rating was modified. But when we looked at the report, we weren't the only ones that it happened to. It was just it was the demographics and the economics criteria that they had that they were using to rate all the municipalities on that changed for Bristol.
So we still have one of the highest, bond ratings of any city in the state. And Dave, you wanted to add something?
Just wanted to add one thing. It put them in line with the other credit rating agencies also. They were higher than everybody else. When they did their changes and how they look at things, it put them in line with the other credit rating agencies.
So good point. So with S&P, we are AA plus, and we have been. And with Moody's, we're AA too. So that's about comparable in the same range.
Good. Good news for everybody. Anybody have any questions on that or anything else on the report? And Diane, I don't know if you had anything else either too, but I think that.
As soon as I get the S&P rating, hopefully tomorrow, I'll send that out to everybody as well.
Excellent. Very good. Last chance. Anything for Diane? No.
Thank you.
All right. Any other matter to come before us?
Motion
Hearing none?
to adjourn.
Very good. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Oh, my God.
We're adjourned. Pledge of allegiance. Let's again do our introductions from the far right. Go ahead, Sue.
City Council District 2, Sue Tyler.
Mark Dickow, City Council, District 3.
Jacqueline Olson, City Council District 2.
Sebastian Paniotto, City Council, District 1.
Mayor Jeff Caggiano.
Cheryl Tebow, City Council, District 3.
Eric Rosengren, City Council, District 1.
And for those that were here for the first meeting, I do want to take a second to thank Sebastian Paniotto for 4 years of dedicated service to the city council. And just personally for me, it's been a pleasure to work with Sebastian. He is level-headed, cool. He doesn't speak that much, but when he speaks, it means a lot, and he's very powerful. He's been, in my opinion, one of the most apolitical people out there, just doing the best that he can for this city. I believe he'll be very sorely missed, but I do congratulate him for putting in that effort, especially in the situation that he's in with a young family. And that's really something that is truly remarkable, that he spent this much time pushing this city forward and doing the best that he could with a young child at home and a busy work schedule. So I think you're going to enjoy a little bit more time with your family, and we just appreciate everything that you've done, Sebastian. I will give you a second if you want to say anything, but congratulations.
Want to say thank you to all of you, all the residents and folks who have reached out to myself and Eric. I know, and Eric's been a great teammate, and Jolene before you. But all the folks, all the residents of town have been great to work with. A lot of good people here, which has been made this 4 years rewarding. All the members of Corporation Council, you've been great to work with. You've been great teammates. I appreciate all your hard work and all of our boards and commissions. I want to point that out and say thank you. All the employees of City Hall, I see some department heads here, a lot of good people here. The vibe around the building, I think, is great. A lot of knowledgeable folks here that are able to and willing to help the public, which I really appreciate. And let everyone know, if you have any questions, reach out. Here's my number. Here's my email. That's really important to have in a town of any size. And we're able to do that. So the vibe and the energy is really good around here, and I really appreciate that. All of our volunteers, all of our board and staff, our board and committees, our volunteers are great. They're selfless. They give up a lot of time. We can't do this without them. So I want to thank all of them because they do such a great job as well. All the council members here that I've served with, it's been a great honor to serve with all of you. And I've enjoyed my time. You've been great teammates, and I really appreciate all of you. To the mayor also, these 4 years wouldn't have been the same without Mayor Caggiano. I could say that. He's been a great leader. He's been cooperative and receptive to many ideas. I think a big part of why the vibe is great around here is because of him. He's done a great job, and we're looking forward to seeing that continue. And I've personally gotten so much from working with him. His family's great. His son is now my neighbor, and just from he's raised 3 great kids, but you can tell how good of a man he is from the kids he's raised, because they're great kids. And I'm glad to have him as neighbors, and his whole family has been very supportive. My family as well. I know they're not here. They try and stay out of the political stuff, but I'm really grateful for them for supporting me. And as you can see, you know, outside down the street, there's a lot of progress happening. Looking good. The energy of town is great. So we're going to keep that going. And it's a good time to be a citizen of Bristol. Thank you all. We appreciate
Thanks
it.
again, Pat. So it certainly is a bittersweet moment, and unfortunately, I would like to take a moment to revisit a very bitter moment. We have a couple of people that I'd like to recognize tonight with a moment of silence, and I will start with one that you may not have expected, but Doreen Mastro Batista unfortunately passed this past week, and believe it or not, Doreen was in the police force for the Bristol Police Department, a sworn police officer and detective in our detective division. She served for 33 years and retired in 2001. And then she went to work for the Bristol Municipal Employees Credit Union as a bookkeeper, retiring in 2014. So I will want to take a moment of silence for her, but obviously we all know over this past weekend we celebrated the 3rd anniversary of the line of duty deaths of Lieutenant Dustin DeMonte and Sergeant Alex Hamzy. So I do want to take a moment to recognize them and remember them, as they will never be forgotten. Thank you. All right, we'll move on to item number 2, which is the approval of the minutes from September 9th, 2025.
Second.
Comments, questions, additions, changes? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Next up will be public participation. As a reminder, if you can come up and let us know who you are and your address, we'll ask that you try to keep your comments to about 3 minutes. Shelby Pons, you're up first.
Thank you. My name is Shelby Pons. I live at 143 Larkspur Lane. Good evening, members of the City Council. I'm here to talk misinformation that has been shared with the community at large from the Republican Town Committee and the mayor that blames the Democrats on the Bristol Board of Education for an $11 million deficit and a $2 million increase to taxes. And here's how you came up with this conclusion. And to remind you all, Democrat members serving as minority members of education. The man has concluded that he is only one of 9. Therefore, he is not responsible. So I decided that I should talk to you all in hopes that you are not committed to misunderstanding the facts or misrepresenting the truth, and that you may have not understood why the Board of Education has been in a deficit for the past 3 years and who exactly is responsible. There's a state law that requires cities on school district budgets at least at the same level as the previous year. In 2024, the joint board did not meet that requirement, which by definition means you underfunded education. This is indisputable. The State Department of Education sent a letter citing this violation and requiring the city to make the additional appropriation or pay double that amount in the following year. This violation came as a surprise to the mayor, who, by delaying the additional appropriation of state-mandated special education funding, the time of the deficit, which happens pretty early in the year, and by forcing the deficit fund, that the additional appropriation would not be included in the state's minimum budget requirement calculation, even though the state report form clearly instructs school districts to include all appropriations. I really hope this was simply a misunderstanding of the law and not a strategy to keep the MBR artificially low and to avoid providing what it truly costs to run the school district in the next year. That strategy backfired when the board appointed a superintendent with experience of the State Department of Education, who ensured that the form was completed correctly. That ultimately led to Bristol receiving that formal notice of violation of the MBR. And despite that letter, you still flat funded the 2025 budget and ignored predictable costs, including $5 million for contractual obligations, salaries, and $2 million for special education, and continued to boast that over the past 4 years, the Board of Education received $15 million in increases, not mentioning that $10.7 million of that was mandated by the state that you were forced to give or pay double. Acknowledging that you made a mistake, the schools were excluded, or the state rules were ignored and violated. Instead, you falsely accused the Democrats on the Board of Education for overspending, despite the board being composed of 9 elected members, 5 Republicans, and 4 Democrats. The mayor and the Republican Town Committee have publicly put out political flyers and social media posts that say Democratic members are responsible. Just the Democratic.
Thank you, Shelby. If I can ask you to just wrap up, please.
Please let me finish. I let you finish when you come.
3 minutes we asked for.
Finish. Increase. I'd like to know how you reached that conclusion when every month all expenditures are reported to the Board of Finance from the Board of Ed. The city can view the Board of Ed spending through the Munis system. We use actual prior year expenses to adopt our budget, yet when we request additional funding to meet state mandates, the funding was delayed. Even your financial audit clearly states that the deficit was caused by underfunding and not overspending. I urge the City Council and the Board of Finance members to review the reports on the State Comptroller's website and look over the financial reports from previous years that were presented clearly, and they show that the Board of Education only avoided deficits in special education during years when fair and predictable funding was provided, which is when Mayor Zappo served as mayor. During that time, and only that time, was the education budget treated like every other city budget, with fair, predictable funding that covered predictable increases to salaries, special education, and rising costs. That approach allowed schools to focus on our most valuable resources, our children, and ensure every student receives the education they have a right to and deserve. I also encourage those leaders.
Shelby, I'm going to ask you to wrap up, please.
To correct the record for the public. Look at the numbers, follow the laws, take accountability, and stop falsely blaming the Democrats on the Board of Education.
Thank you. Thank you for your point of view. Next up is Michelle Rudy, speaking on behalf of the Hoppers, I assume.
A different subject here.
Just your name and address for the record, if you don't mind.
Okay, it's Michelle Rudy of 102 Henderson Street.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I speak on behalf of the Friends of the Hoppers, a nonprofit group dedicated to the stewardship of the Hoppers Nature Preserve. I am grateful for the acknowledgement, the receipt of our recent letter to you from Mayor Cacciano, and for City Planner Robert Flanagan's commitment to entering our correspondence into the public record. We appreciate these responses. We have not yet received further communications regarding the proposed negotiations for land in order to fortify and expand the preserve. So I realize that you all are not environmental scientists, but as an environmental scientist myself, I am deeply aware of the unique and actually regionally significant ecological and geological features of the preserve. The land harbors endangered habitats, and including an amazing 10 to 12 acres of endangered pitch pine forest right in the center of the preserve, adjacent to where the proposed development is going to be. These endangered habitats are critical for native flora and fauna, including several species at risk of extinction. Also of regional importance in the development area are rare undisturbed glacial cave formations, which are geological features equal to the kettles and eskers of the last go-round that not only define the landscape, but also offer invaluable research and educational opportunities. So the Friends of the Hoppers is currently hosting weekly hikes and other events such as bird watching and a tree survey, drawing residents of all ages to experience firsthand the preserve's special features. These events foster appreciation, stewardship, and a sense of shared responsibility. So I'm warmly inviting each of you to join us at one of our upcoming events to see for yourselves the importance and vibrancy of the land we are striving to protect. We understand that the interest from the developers is quite strong, and because of this strong interest, this may be a difficult time to engage in negotiations. However, we hope to be proactive, not reactive, in securing the future of the preserve before opportunities slip away. So on that note, may I respectfully ask whether the council has had an opportunity to discuss the contents of our letter and the future of the Hoppers Nature Preserve. We are keen to hear your thoughts and understand your position. Thank you for your time and your services to the community.
Thank you, and I will just remind the audience that the council did step forward when we had a developer approach us in negotiations on the Perkins Street property, which we were able to get a successful OSWA grant for and preserve that. Different area, and certainly I'm sure you believe that every piece of the Hoppers is vitally important as every piece. In this case, I'm not sure what you're actually asking us because we have not entered in negotiations to get private land. So this land has been in private ownership for I don't know how long, but certainly well longer than all of us have been here. So maybe we can set up an appointment later to talk about this offline. But at this point, we just went to the state and got an OSWA grant to preserve that other part of the preserve because we had developers come to us. So I would recommend, and maybe you all can reach out to the developer, as probably happened before, and create something. There's no leverage for the city to do anything at this point that I'm aware of, but we should talk about that offline.
Okay, and as I'm aware, we can get another OSWA grant. As long as we're closed out of this one, it's possible to get a third one.
We are not closed out at this point, I don't believe. We certainly haven't been paid for sure. So we'll have to discuss further.
Possible.
Yep. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm going to switch up the order just a little bit here too, so we can do Macy last on the microphone. So I'm going to ask Marcus Patton to come up, and Marcus, just let us know your address for the record.
This was going to be one of my announcements, but I think Marcus could do a better job explaining it, and he is the chair of the Diversity Council who is running it. So I think he could do a better job.
Good.
I can try. Hello, folks. How are you? My name is Marcus Patton, also of Henderson Street, 27 to be exact. And yes, I am the acting chair of Diversity Council, and we have a really cool event coming up that I wanted to tell everyone about in light of time. And if I run long, just do like that and I'll wrap up.
Okay.
There are three things that kind of help bring Cash Mob to light. The first of which was when I was at I think it was an RTC meeting at T Salons years and years and years ago. The owner there at that point, upon learning Bristol had a diversity council, was very excited, but then also was very frustrated because upon learning of it, he had a lot of questions about why the diversity council hadn't done anything for him and businesses in Bristol. We were working on a bunch of other things at the time, like book clubs and things of that nature, but I hadn't thought about that yet. Here we are probably 4 years later, and it's still on my mind. So when we started to consider what could we do, it had been about 6 years since the wildly creative and successful Cash Mob that was being run on Bristol Talks by Dave Heberfeld. We reached out to him and asked if it was something that he wouldn't mind if we brought back, and he was excited to allow us to do that. Even offered a ton of resources, including his own help in helping us deliver results to whomever won. So we've been working with Dave since then. And then also we wanted to work with Bristol Talks, which is where a vast majority of our residents, communicate. So Bristol Talks was gracious enough to allow us to use the Facebook page to push the Cash Mob. So that brings us to where we are now. Congratulations to Guac and Roll of 457 North Main Street. We held the vote on Bristol Talks. They won in a landslide, so everybody's very excited to try them out. And we went and we spoke with Luis and Leslie. They're excited to see everybody, to meet everybody, and to offer everybody their menu. It's going to be October 29th. And what we're going to do is this currently, it'll run throughout the day. We're going to scale down the menu, just it's a family business of 7 people. So trying to push food out is going to be difficult with everybody coming in. So we're going to try to scale down the menu, with have them play the hits for the most part. And then the result in hopes is that we can do this quarterly. Dave Heberfeld used to do it monthly. We're not sure we have the bandwidth to do that. We're still a council of just 5. And Dave said that one of his biggest challenges was to stop the popularity contest. He couldn't figure out a way to spread the wealth to all the businesses. So what we're going to try to do is find ways to direct business so that everyone can get a chance to experience Bristol All Heart. So again, October 29th, that'll be the council, and that'll be at Guac and Roll at 457 North Main Street.
And do you know if they're going to do it all day, lunch and dinner? Or?
All day long. Yeah, it'll be all day long. And just a reminder, it's not a very big location. Making reservations, sitting down with the family, not a lot of room for everyone to do that. So we're planning to have everyone kind of take and go.
I believe the menu can be found on the Diversity Council's Facebook page.
Everything is on Bristol Talks. So
Yeah.
it'll be on Bristol Talks via the Diversity Council's page. So yes, you can jump right on there. There's pictures, menu, and a lot of cool fun facts and more to come.
Great, thanks. Good initiative. I like it.
Everyone,
Thanks.
Much better than I did.
All right, up next is Macy Hopkins. Come on up, Macy. And you can adjust the microphone accordingly. I think you got that down. There you go. Thank you, Macy. That's awesome.
Your phone was off.
Very good. And Cheryl, you can probably help us too, or Macy to, you have a Facebook account, you can share that. Tag the mayor's office in Bristol CT and any council people, whoever you're familiar with, and we'll continue to get that out.
I've shared it on my page a few times as well, and we'll keep the word out, so. And also, you know, if it would help, you could always load your bottle and cans in a clink bag. That'll help Macy out quite a bit with redeeming those.
Gonna ask if she was using Clink. They've been very successful and it makes it a lot easier. So good.
Also, Macy, reach out to me. I'll be able to use some of my social media stuff to promote it as well.
Great. All right. We don't have anybody else signed up here. Does anybody on Zoom wish to address the council? Anybody on Zoom?
Mayor, there is one more in the room.
Yeah, didn't sign up, but that's fine. I was going to go to that next. The podium mic was turned off. Hopefully you heard Macy, but she's a little bit height challenged at this age. She's a young lady, so she hasn't grown up yet. So she was talking about bottle and can redemption for kindness bags. So unfortunately, you might not have been able to hear her, but you can check it out on Facebook. So thanks. All right. So who in the room would like to address City Council? Come on up. Name and address for the record. Is that green light on though? Cause I don't hear that one.
Yeah, green light's gotta be on.
That could have been it.
Ah.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
better. Sorry, Macy, but that'll give you got two, and now I'm gonna give you a third plug. Macy's Bottle and Can Drive. All right, there we go.
On 13 East Road, and I just wanted to know when the town was coming to start putting in the bigger pipes to stop the flooding. It's a road property, it's threatening my garage. My garage is ready to go down a 20-foot, 28-foot bankment.
Yep.
To State Brook.
So I didn't catch your name either, by the way. Your name again?
So,
Marcel. Okay, yeah, I see Ray Rogozinski standing up. So my best suggestion to you, he's the Director of Public Works. If you can catch him right now outside there and let him know what the problem is, Public Works will go ahead and check it out, and we'll see if there's any remediation that we can do. All right?
Okay,
Thank you for coming and letting us know. Anybody else in council chambers wish to address us? All right. We will move on to announcements, and I'll start on my left. Eric, go ahead.
Well, Marcus took the one that I wanted to do as well, so I only have one left. And this event has already happened. It was the annual Kiss a Pig event. It benefited the Boys and Girls Club of Bristol and Imagination Early Learning Center. There was 8 contestants, and we raised money for the Boys Club and the Imagination Center, and whoever won ended up kissing a pig, which was a good fun. It was a good time. Unfortunately, I didn't win. Jay Perini did take first place, but the event was wonderful. We were able to raise over $11,000. So it was a big year. I'm a little discouraged, but you know what? There's always next year, and we'll just raise some more money. I got some good pictures and met some great people, and got to walk around with a pig for a while. I got to carry him. So, all right, that's all I have for right now.
Good stuff. Carol.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I wanted to bring forward the next 2 events that we're having at Downtown Live, Rockwell Theater, and the next one on November 1st, which is a Saturday, only has about 100 tickets left available, and that's the Ultimate Michael Jackson Experience. It's starring Joby Rogers in an electrifying production dedicated to celebrating the music, the legend, the dancing, message, and spirit of Michael Jackson. This is a show you're not going to want to miss. We have coming up on Saturday, November 8th, Lauren Fox created The Evolution of Joni Mitchell, and which chronological, Jodi's life, captivating her journey through all her music and life. So those are the next 2 shows. But we have a spring lineup that's already announced, but we also can make it better. We have a new club. It has priority access to all the shows a full week before they go on sale to the general public. You can enjoy 10% off every ticket and all Downtown Live merchandise. You can have some backstage access to meet your favorite artists when available. And it's very convenient for you to do. It's only $100 for the spring session, but you can earn that back with your 10% off the ticket. So I encourage anybody who needs more information to go to downtownlive.com and find out more about that. The farmers market has wrapped up its regular season, but we do have a fall festival coming on Saturday, November 15th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., still at 10 Main Street. You'll have one more time to shop, get some Christmas gifts and some other holiday gifts, free musical entertainment, free family-friendly activities, Tony the Balloon Man, Santa and the Elves. So you'll want to come down to 10 Main Street for that event. I'm out of order here, but I have an event that is going to be done by the Bristol Historical Society. They are doing their walk around Federal Hill, and it will be a tour of some of the historic homes and other buildings. It is about a 35 to 40 minute event, It begins at, they want you to meet at 1 o'clock, 1:30 and 2. So there'll be a couple events going on, similar to like their lantern tours. And this is going to be on, I had the date, it got moved due to weather, October 26th. Their suggested donation is $5 for members and children, $10 for non-members. And it sounds really exciting. There's a lot of homes in the district that I would really love to know the history behind and, you know, when they were constructed and so forth. So they do a wonderful job. If you've done one of their lantern tours, it's going to be that same caliber and quality. Two that were just handed to me today by Forestville Village Association and Asbury United Methodist Church. They're doing a trunk or treat on Friday, October 24th from 6 to 8 p.m. in the church parking lot, which is at 90 Church Avenue. They'll also be doing a non-perishable food collection at that same time, so keep that in mind. And then Forestville Village is also doing their jukebox bingo on Friday, November 14th. Okay,
Great.
thank you.
Thanks. I just have one quick announcement. Mamathon is this weekend, and they're still accepting runners, I'm sure, this week. They have multiple options from a 5K to a 5 mile, and I think an even 8 mile run. So I will be doing the shortest of those. That's all I have. Sebastian.
I have no.
Great. Jackie.
Just one quick one. I just wanted to remind everyone that the fall leaf pickup began today, and that'll go until mid-December.
And just to remind people too that they don't have a set schedule, so these leaves could sit there for a little bit. You know, please don't get nervous, but if it is sitting there for a while, our Public Works Department could be called, and you can let them know. But yeah, it's more of a random schedule, and they pick up. So, okay. Mark.
On October 25th, Bristol Pride Fall Festival is from 5 to 9 at Faith Lutheran Church, 1125 Stafford Avenue. It's going to be indoors and outdoors, unless there's rain, then they will just be indoors. Also, on November 16th, the Exchange Club is sponsoring a Mum Festival Bingo at the Bristol Polish Club. Doors open at 10 a.m., ticket sales at 11, game starts at 1. It's $12 admission and $1 for specials. There's also going to be raffles, and there is also going to be door prizes and food available for purchase.
Thank you, Mark. Sue?
Okay, a couple of events. The first one I want to mention is the Hope for the Homeless 7. This is the 7th year that we've had this fundraiser. This year it's going to be Thursday, November 20th. Doors open at 5:30 and the comedy show starts at 7. There is a buffet dinner, and this year we are holding it over at the Mountain Room at Ski Southington. It's guaranteed to be a great time. For any ticket information or sponsorship, you can go to www.svdpofbristol.com. Also, just to kind of have you put this on your calendar a little ahead of time, there's going to be a community carol sing on December 14th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. That's a Sunday evening. That's being put together by a group of business owners, primarily over on Main Street, and that's going to be right in front of Iron Horse at the old Webster Bank building, just like it used to be held every single year. And we're promising that we won't have frigid weather again like we did last year.
You promise?
It can't be that cold. It might be cold,
It can't
but
be
it
that
can't be
cold.
that
It just cannot be that cold. Our sound machine even stopped working because it was so cold. Also, I just want to mention Wachusett Nursery up on Route 6 is having an event this Saturday, October 18th, and it is Gilmore Girls, Bridgerton, and Downton Abbey. It is a free event open to the first 100 people who sign up, and there's going to be musicians and some games and trivia. It is BYOB for the adults. They will have a coffee bar there. So give Wachusett a call and reserve your seat. It's 100 people, and it's a free event. How can you beat that? And then just to kind of continue really quick here, from last month, I just wanted to give a quick update from our community hospital, Bristol Health. And you guess one. Just a few things, just to highlight for Bristol Health. On November 15th, 2025, at the AquaTurf, is the Bristol Hospital Foundation Red Ball. I do have some invites up here if anybody is interested in the
15.
information. This is my birthday also, and I did tell my husband that that's what I want for my birthday is to go to the ball. Also, there is going to be on October 22nd at 8 o'clock in the morning. This is a 1-hour event held at Bristol Hospital. This is a Bristol Health President's Forum. All are invited, and this is an opportunity for our community to kind of share their thoughts about Bristol Health's relationship with our community and the different services. So they are really looking for input. They're looking for feedback from our community. So again, that's October 22nd from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. at the Bristol Hospital Hughes Auditorium. Just want to also mention that they were also, Bristol Health was nationally recognized by the American Medical Association with the prestigious Joy in Medicine Award, celebrating the organization's commitment to creating a culture that prioritizes physician well-being, resilience, and professional fulfillment. Last
The
little
night of the
thing,
Bristol Hospital Ball, that's Sue's birthday.
I'm sorry, November 15th.
2 months for her birthday.
Yeah, I know.
My birthday. One last little thing, just to clarify, because we've probably seen this on the news and heard talks about maybe Bristol Health entering into an agreement with another hospital. Bristol Health has been engaged in ongoing discussions with the state of Connecticut, Yukon, which to date have been very positive. Bristol Health recognizes the strategic importance of integrating our organizations into a system of care that delivers enhanced value, quality, and access consistent with our mission of caring today for your tomorrow. This is important. At this juncture, it is important to emphasize that no letter of intent, no formal agreement, or structural arrangements have been established. The Board of Directors of the Bristol Health looks forward to further defining the potential relationship with Yukon and the positive impact such collaboration could have on communities and populations served by our local healthcare systems. So if you do plan on attending the event on the 22nd, and if you do have any further questions about that, it might be a great forum to get your answers.
Thank you, Sue. I think we had one more announcement to my left. Go ahead.
Right, I've neglected to mention the Coffin Run. Arts and Culture Commission, is sponsoring our second Coffin Run. There will be prizes for first, second, and third place with a selection of gift cards from a pool of over 20 donated local businesses. The registration and check-in time is 1:30 and the race time is 3 p.m. It costs only $50 to enter, and you must be 18 to register. You can find the application on the Parks and Rec page. All proceeds go to the Arts and Culture Commission for future projects and sculptures and things that we have planned. But this is a great, fun event. Last year we had about 6 teams. It was hilarious. So get your team of 4 together, download the directions on how to build a coffin, enter, and come down and have some fun on that day. That's Saturday, October 25th at Bames. Thank you.
Very good. Thanks. Any other announcements? We will move on to our consent agenda, which is 5, and we have items A through E. Does anybody wish to withdraw anything off the consent agenda? I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
I was going to give it to Sebastian. It's his last one. He gets priority.
It is so moved.
Okay.
Second.
Second. All right. Sebastian and Sue. All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. All right. Under 6, which was reports and committee reports, we have Sebastian
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
first.
We'll go ahead with the motion to waive the reading here for ordinance committee. In accordance with section 41F of the Charter of the City of Bristol, I hereby move that the reading of the proposed amendments to the Code of Ordinances to be introduced this date pertaining to section 8-2, board designated, be waived.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries.
In accordance with section 41F of the Charter of the City of Bristol, the following amendments to the Code of Ordinances are hereby introduced. I hereby move that the time and place of Wednesday, November 5th, 2025 at 4:55 p.m. in Meeting Room 1-1, City Hall, first floor, 111 North Main Street, Bristol, Connecticut, be set for the holding of a public hearing thereon by the Ordinance Committee, and that the city clerk publish notice of said public hearing and the proposed amendments to the Code of Ordinances as required by city charter.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Jackie, thank you. Anything that you want to add to this, Sebastian? It's pretty straightforward,
Sort
but
of background in the annotation, the amendment there is pretty self-explanatory. We are looking to move the Flood and Erosion Control Board from essentially what is composed of the City Council to the Board of Public Works. We have had some discussion on this in months prior, and I know that our Public Works Director, Ray Rogozinski, has been part of that also. I think the overwhelming sense was that there was maybe some more context and some more background that would be had from the Board of Public Works on some of these issues. Scheduling may be a bit easier. They are supposed to meet once a year, I believe. So it's a simple change from the City Council to the Board of Public Works, and making them the Flood and Erosion Control Board effectively.
yep. I think that's a good explanation, and no arguments from me or anybody else have any comments or questions. All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion
Just a note
carries, yeah.
also, that date is, it is not the regular date of the ordinance
Oh, yeah.
committee, is actually the day after election day.
Yep.
So we will be having the ordinance committee meeting at a regular time. It will just be the day after election day, and that public hearing will be 5 minutes before
Right
that
before.
meeting date.
So that'll be the Wednesday after election instead of the
Right.
first Tuesday of the month. Makes sense. Very good. All right. Thank you. Sebastian, I'll stay with you. Do you have any committee reports?
No other reports. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna go to Jackie next. Do you have any committee reports? Great. Mark?
I do not.
Sue? Committee reports?
Do not.
Okay. Cheryl, committee reports?
I just want to give one update from the fire board. We had a promotion of Lieutenant Derek Freemuth to our senior captain drill master, and that happened last week. So congratulations to senior captain drill master.
Excellent. Eric?
I just have a quick one. The Early Learning Collaborative is reorganizing now because it's joining a couple different groups together. They're updating their mission statements, their logos, all that sort of thing. So we have some very great people on this board that are really excited about the work. So I'm looking forward to seeing what comes up, what comes out of it. So, but other than that, all my other boards and commissions have been fairly quiet. So
Very good.
no other updates.
And we'll have a new appointment coming up later too. I just have one update because just prior to this meeting, the Northeast Middle School project update, the project committee meets, and the update is number one, very good news. They are on schedule for July 15th, 2026 opening. Also, very good news is the change order that will come before us next month is a $10,600 credit. So they're doing very well. They didn't give an overall update on where they stand in the total budget, but they've expended $38 million at this point. We've gotten $8.2 million in reimbursements from the state. So Diane, they are filing the next one to come in, and every time they have one, they keep moving it forward. So everything's moving very well, Northeast Middle School. Any others that we've forgotten? We're good. All right, number 7 is old business. Do we have any old business? I'm not aware of any. Okay. Any new business? Erica, let's do resignations. Get a couple.
Tom Mara from the Zoning Commission, Barbara O'Neill from the Library Board, and Kate Karshart from the Early Childhood Collaborative.
Yep.
Through the chair, I make a motion to accept the resignations, put them on file, and send a letter of thanks to each of the participants.
Second.
All those in favor? Anybody opposed? Motion carries. All right, our new appointments for October. First, on the City Energy Commission, we're going to reappoint Tom Reganey. That term will expire 10/28, and also reappoint Sheldon Scott. That term will also expire on 10/28. Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. As we talked about the Early Childhood Collaborative, we need to appoint Whitney Schufelt. There was a typo on this for the draft agenda, but it's Schufelt. She's from the Main Street Community Foundation, and Whitney's term will expire on 8/26.
So move. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. All right, on Inland Wetlands Commission, we are going to appoint Justin Bridges. He will be an alternate member, and he will replace Miss Valentino. That term will expire on 6/27.
Move approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. And we do have openings on the zoning commission, so I need to say that up front. We have a couple. But because of Tom's resignation, we need to replace Tom Mera, and we're going to move our last alternate up, Sarah Mangiafico, to become a regular member. And does her term expire on 6/26, or is that the alternate? Yes, so because she's an alternate, it'll expire on 6/26.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. I don't have any others. I didn't miss any. Did I, Ed? We're good? All right. We'll move to number 11, which is the Bristol Zoning Commission, smoke and vape shops. Cheryl, I'm going to kind of hand this one over to you just to talk us through it and maybe what next steps are.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. As we're all aware, a few months ago, the council did vote on a recommendation to ask our zoning commission to take up the issue of regulating the types of businesses of smoke and vape shops. They did take this to their meeting, but they did decide that they were not going to act upon this. However, in the letter attached to the agenda, the chair does agree that they feel that there is an associated risk for customers, and they do have a cause of concern, but they felt they would like the ordinance committee to best handle putting some regulations in place. We had talked about this in ordinance, and after a long time, we had felt that a better place was the zoning commission, but now they want to send it back. So I am going to ask our chair to put it on next month's agenda so that we can address this. I think it's still a big concern for our youth. I would like to see some regulations put around this, hence why I brought forward the motion before. And since then, I've received a lot of input from many residents in the community that they would like to see this handled as well. I had a phone call with our chief planner, Robert Flanagan, who also alerted to me to some new regulations about existing facilities when it comes time to renew their license. And I want to make sure that our ordinances are updated to address those as well. So for any residents who are concerned, and I understand a new shop is opening on Federal Hill, I am not going to let this issue rest, and I will be back along and fighting for this in the ordinance committee.
Okay. Well, they have spoken. They did say that in their letter that they are concerned about it and the associated health risks that poses for their customers. So while I personally believe if it's in the zoning regulations as it is in most other cities and towns, Bristol's been different on other things before, so we'll take it back up in code enforcement and look forward to you all.
Or in ordinance.
Ordinance, sorry, exactly, sorry. So we will do that. No action needed on this. This was just, do we need to accept their report? Yeah, we do. We
I
need.
make a motion to accept the letter and report from the zoning commission.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. All right, number 12, this is going to come with a little bit of a preamble. So the motion here is to sign a contract with QA&M to move forward with the Edgewood Pre-K Academy. Just a little background here, the Board of Education and the building committee, well, first the building committee for the Edgewood Building Committee, which Jackie serves on, did move forward with a new plan to renovate as new, moving from targeted alterations. That meeting went to the Board of Education, who then voted to move this forward. The requirement for them to, in order to change the project, is going to require a Board of Finance allocation. And so they sent it to both the Board of Finance and the City Council, kind of at the same time. Unfortunately, the Board of Finance hasn't met on this yet. So it's kind of hard for us to approve a contract, and this is my opinion, before funding has been allocated for the building. So the Board of Finance does have this on their agenda for October 28th. So
As a result, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to table action on item 12 until the Board of Finance has met.
Second.
great. Any other comments from everybody else? I think I covered it well. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. All right, number 13 is grants. 13A is, I'm going to entertain a motion to authorize the mayor or acting mayor to submit an application for total funding of up to $575,000 with up to $287,500 requested from the Urban Green and Community Garden Program at DEEP, and $287,500 to be matched with a combination of in-kind services of Public Works staff, and that's calculated at approximately $117,500, and the remainder in city funds up to $170,000, and to authorize the mayor or acting mayor to complete and submit all necessary paperwork and forward this request to the Board of Finance for action. I need a motion.
I'll move.
Second.
Great. You all may remember that we have been talking about this over the last several months. One really good piece of information which is allowing us to move forward with this is the state Connecticut Department of Economic and Community Development sent us a letter last week allowing us and recognizing the city of Bristol's request to a waiver change on the size and location of the Center Square Park and the Bristol Center Square Infrastructure Project. Remember, that was directly attached to the new garage that we have behind City Hall. We technically ran out of funds and had to take ARPA funding to get that project going. So this was a great collaboration amongst a couple of city departments, but really spearheaded by our Public Works Department. They are putting forward in-kind services for most of the match. And the only other thing that I can add that may not have been talked about too much in previous meetings is this is a very conservative estimate of what the costs are going to be. So that's why you see the up to $170,000. We don't anticipate that it's going to cost that much, but we want to be careful on this, and it is all acceptable for the match. So we're going to apply for this grant and hopefully move forward with our local pocket park that will take place there. Questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Number 14 is a resolution to approve and authorize the mayor or acting mayor of the city of Bristol to execute and deliver in the name of the city an easement to the Connecticut Light and Power Company, DBA Eversource Energy, and to do any and all other acts to effectuate the same.
Second.
Great. Questions or comments on this one? We have a roll call vote. Go ahead.
Councilmember Dicko?
Aye.
Councilmember Olson?
Aye.
Councilmember Paniotto?
Aye.
Councilmember Rosengren?
Aye.
Councilmember Tebow?
Yes.
Councilmember Tyler?
Aye.
Mayor Cadge?
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. All right, B and C are related, and this is all regarding the senior home tax relief program that we have. And one of these is actually the senior tax volunteer relief program. So first is B. So I want to make a motion to, do we have to make a motion to waive the reading of this? I don't think so. Yeah, we do. We should. All right. So can I get a motion first to waive the reading?
Second.
All those in favor? Anybody opposed? Motion carries. So I'll make a motion, I'll ask for a motion to approve the resolution adopting the Senior Volunteer Tax Relief Program for senior citizens who volunteer their service to the qualifying entities in the city.
So move.
Second.
Great. No effective changes in this program. This is something that we've carried on from year to year. Any questions or comments? We'll do the resolution. We'll do the roll call.
Councilmember Dicko,
Aye.
Councilmember Olson,
Aye.
Councilmember Paniato,
Aye.
Councilmember Rosengren,
Aye.
Councilmember Tebow,
Yes.
Councilmember Tyler,
Aye.
and Mr. Mayor.
Yes, motion carries. All right, our final one, and there is a change to this one. So we're gonna, I think I could read this one too. I think that'll be better. So I'd like to entertain a resolution to increase the household income limit for the city senior home owner tax relief program. Sorry about that. So be it resolved that the City of Bristol Senior Homeowner Tax Relief Program established pursuant to Connecticut General Statute Section 12-129N is hereby amended that the income eligibility is established at a maximum of $75,000 per year per household, including Social Security retirement benefits. All other program requirements currently in effect shall remain the same.
So moved.
Second.
Great. So pretty self-explanatory here with the change, with inflation and everything that is happening in our economy. We know that we need to try to get more seniors into this program. That $75,000 limit, we anticipate may get us much closer to the amount that we have already put aside for this, by the way. So I want to make that clear to everybody. This is not a major budget impact, shouldn't be a budget impact at all. If everything went according to what we expect, we probably would hit the $675,000 that we've put aside for this. So we do want more people to participate in this. So not only do I want all of you to approve this, but I want you to let those seniors that are struggling out there know about this, because many seniors who are eligible don't apply for this or know about this. So any other questions or comments?
Well, I've noticed that through talking to the community and some of the seniors that they were right above the 60, so they just couldn't get it. So I think this 75 is going to open it up to a few more, well, quite a few more, and give them some relief.
Yeah, and I think Tom's in the audience too, so I want to give him credit. He looked at a lot of data. I have it here. I don't think we have to go through it, but looking at the state 65 and older population and calculating incomes the best we can, it's really a guessing game a little bit, but I think we have targeted a little bit better, and we certainly will have more people that will become eligible now. So that's a good thing. Another reminder too, this comes from general Connecticut state statute, so we can amend portions of it, but this really falls down from the state level, the ability to do this. So we want to give everybody the best opportunity. All right. Any other questions?
Roll call.
We will do a roll call.
Councilmember Dicko,
But
Aye.
I always appreciate the reminder.
Councilmember Olson,
Aye.
Councilmember Paniato,
Aye.
Councilmember Rosengren,
Aye.
Councilmember Tebow,
Aye.
Councilmember Tyler,
Aye.
Mayor Caggiano.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously, which is excellent. We don't have any other business to come before us before we go into executive session. And Attorney Kowicki just going to check on who's going to come into executive session with us.
It'll be our three members of our office and Mr. Deneau.
Excellent.
Motion to go into executive session.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We will be in executive session. Right away. Oh, very nice. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do it. Hang on one second, though. Without objection, I'm going to declare us out of executive session, and we have item 15A coming up. And
No votes were taken.
Yeah, we two things. No votes were taken, and Sebastian is going to go ahead and recuse himself from 15A. So we'll ask him to vacate. We'll come get you for B and C, Sebastian. Thanks, Eric. And
I have A, I believe.
Go ahead, Eric.
I move that the City of Bristol settle the matter of Bristol Sports Center, DST, Delaware Statutory Trust versus City of Bristol, Superior Court Docket Number HHB-CV-24-6086843-S by stipulation. which shall adjust the full market value of the property at 383 Middle Street, Assessors Map 3, Lot 35, account number 0172553, unique ID 2398 as follows. Grand list year 2023, $22,720,000. 2024, $24,100,000. Grand list 2025, 25,000 or 25,425,000. Grand list year 2026, 26,500,000. I further move that the assessor hereby authorized to adjust the grand list in accordance with the stipulation, and the other corporate counsels to be authorized to execute the stipulation on behalf of the city of Bristol.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. We'll wait for Sebastian to come in for 15B. Go ahead, Cheryl.
All right, I make a motion that the city of Bristol settle the matter of Walmart Real Estate Trust versus City of Bristol, Superior Court docket number HHB-CV-23-607-9989-S by stipulation, which shall adjust the full market value of the properties at 1400 Farmington Avenue, Assessors Map 46, Lot 73, account number 0099155, unique ID number 11023 as follows. Grand list year 2022, $11,500,000. I further move that the assessor is hereby authorized to adjust the grand list in accordance with the stipulation, and that the Corporation Council be authorized to execute the stipulation on behalf of the city of Bristol.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Good. Mark, we'll move on to C.
I move that the city of Bristol settle the matter of Walmart East Limited Partnership and Cedar Bristol LLC versus City of Bristol, Superior Court docket number HHB CV-23-607-9992-S by stipulation, which shall adjust the full market value of the property at 325 Oakland Street, Assessors Map 24, Lot 236-14. Account number 0046353, unique ID number 1730 as follows. Grand list year 2022, $3,950,000. I further move that the assessor is hereby authorized to adjust the grand list in accordance with the stipulation, and that the Corporation Council be authorized to execute the stipulation on behalf of the city of Bristol.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. I'll entertain a motion.
Sebastian.
Sebastian, this has got to be your motion.
To adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor? We're adjourned.